Hey guys, thanks for checking out the video today. Make sure that you subscribe to this channel. Make sure that you hit that bell to allow yourself to get timely updates when I put up new videos. And also check me out on Instagram at Wrench Rampage. So today we're going to be continuing on with the Boss Produce wing. As well, we're going to be doing some painting and getting to the point of hopefully in the next week or so reassembling the trunk and spoiler and putting it back on the car. So we're moving on to working on the spoiler a bit. Okay, so here's the underside. It's not terrible. It's not perfect. It has a bit of sun damage, but nothing extreme. I'm a little bit, I'm of the mind with this that it's good enough for my car, to be honest. I don't need to spend my time sanding it out and re-clearing it. However, this side I certainly do. So when I'm doing this, I'm going to be using a foam pad from 3M. The ones I have are Norton. So it's a soft touch sanding pad. I'm going to use it with water. It's going to be a wet sand, and I'm going to use the 800 to 1000 grit range. The idea is that I want to take off the clear and any spots where the resin might be yellowing a little bit, and even it out so that I can re-clear it. Now, this would be very hard to teach somebody. It's basically, I can't tell you that if you take this sanding pad and you just sand away that it's going to turn out perfect. It's a lot by feel. You don't want to go too far into the resin, because just below the resin is going to be the weave, and you don't want to damage the carbon fiber weave. So certainly if you start damaging the weave with sandpaper, it's going to cause a texture, and well, I mean, you're going to put clear on it and it's going to end up turning out a bit rough. So this is at your own risk, and I do this by feel because I've done a whole bunch of these, and so I know how far to go, but you do have to be cautious. You don't want to burn through too far into the resin, exposing the carbon fiber weave, because it's going to cause a situation where you're not going to have a smooth finish. So I'm going to hit this with some sandpaper, wet sand it, and get it ready to re-clear. Okay, so we got it all sanded down. So with carbon fiber, there's a very simple trick to see if it's even or if it's going to turn out even. So what you do is, if you want to know what it's going to look like after the clear, you take a wet cloth, you just run it across, and then take a good look. And you can kind of see whether it's going to be cloudy in places, what's going to happen. And as the water evaporates, it'll go back dull. So just gives you an idea of whether you got all the spots, which I think I have. I mean, it's going to be a bit blotchy because all the water is going to dry at different rates here, but yeah, I think overall it's fairly even. So we're going to put on a coat of clear and see where we're at. Hey guys, so here we are with the trunk. Now, taking a look at where we're at here. Everything's been repaired. I blocked the trunk I went 320, 400, 600, and now I'm going to be painting. I did this over a product from Evercoat called Eurofill. It's kind of been my my go-to primer for the last few years. Works really well. I find it overall to be a pretty neutral product. You can paint right over top of it without sealing, without any sort of reaction. Yeah, it's a good product. So the next step here is to do a base and then a clear coat, and then see where we're at for the trunk. All the problem areas have been repaired, where there's a bit of corrosion here on each end here. This was where the spoiler was decaying, so all that's been sandblasted, sealed properly with some fiberglass filler, and then primed and blocked. So that's where we're at for the trunk. Next step is getting some paint on it. So let's get on that. All right, cranked out the trunk tonight. Yeah, let's check it out here. And nothing like fresh paint. You know, unfortunately the whole car doesn't look like this, but you know, whatever. The trunk here originally looked like it was painted with house paint, so it really needed to get done. So my next step here is to just freshen up the remaining spoiler pieces, which would be the two end caps and that sort of center wing piece that kind of makes the biplane type wing. So for that, I mean, there's no body work to be done, so I think what I'm going to do is probably sand it down with probably 600, just to knock the clear off and get to that base. And I'll do like one quick coat of base just to brighten it up, and then I'll re-clear it. So now for those spoiler pieces, because they're a really weird shape, I'm going to have to spend some time building a sort of a way to stand them up so that they can be properly painted. This is the kind of boring stuff that's involved in paint and body. Is half of it is prep, and then another quarter of it is mounting them properly so that you can get to them without causing overspray or build up of paint. Like, everything has to be accessible, so there's a lot of stands and stuff like that that you can buy, but I don't have any of those things, so I have to make everything. So but that's fine. So I got to take some time mounting them and getting them ready, and then I'll spray them, let them cure, and then I'll assemble the whole spoiler and trunk together. Yeah, so it's gonna take a couple more days to get that done, but I'll end up getting through it. So yeah, I'm happy with how the trunk here turned out, and on to the next piece, and hopefully we'll get this spoiler assembled and back on the car in the next few days. Hey guys, thanks for checking out the video today. So next week I will try and get up the balance of this video where hopefully the rest of the spoiler will be painted and everything will be assembled. Unfortunately, this is a bit of a time-consuming process, and so stay tuned for the conclusion of the Boss Produce wing restoration and reassembly. So thanks for checking out the video today, and have a good night.